One of our musicians sang a song some time ago, and he said, Odiobuko ijo inene bawe yela bola. Odiobuko ijo inene bawe yela bola. What does that mean? Anojobuko, it is not backward we are living our life towards, we are going forward. It is forward we live our life. So, yesterday you were trekking, today you have a bicycle, tomorrow you have a motorcycle, the next you have tricycle, the next you have a car. Me, I can even jump a car and get a private jet. That's how we live. Forward ever we go. Ogolo does not have a reverse order for Nigeria. It's like as if it's the reverse order we are seeing. During the days of the man from Daura, that is President Muhammadu Buhari, the man locked the border and said that Nigeria must produce what he eats and then he eats what he produces. Importation of rice was banned, border was closed for importation of rice. But right now, Tinubu government did not just only allow the importation of rice, it is now being imported duty-free, you know what I mean? No taxation. As everywhere bring them out. And I can tell you, all those orders right now, only God knows what they will be doing. But even with it, as it is, people have been clapping, some people are clapping, but for me, I am not clapping because to me, I believe that we are moving backwards, not forward. Why did I say this is a backward movement? As it is now, they say it's going to be, they open a window of how many days? 180 days or 150 days. That's approximately 6 months. Now, this 6 months, those people who have not even paid duty for the ones they've imported before, I can tell you they will be backdated. Backdating or backdating, I don't know which of them. But I know a lot of things will go down. I don't just know why I'm so suspicious of many moves that this government is making. Yes, many of the moves I just know, I'm always suspicious of them. Because these guys are not showing us that they are committed to alleviating our plight. If they really want Nigeria to work, why can't we produce these things? It is not that we are not willing to work, we are willing to work. Farmers are willing to go to farm. These things that they have removed import duty from right now, which are maize, cowpea, and rice. These three commodities are what we produce. Our lands can produce them more. We can produce them in large quantity to the point of even exportation. But what have we reduced ourselves to? We are now more or less beggars. As it is, as we are importing these commodities to our country, we are importing them with hard currency. Another pressure on the naira. If you don't know, you know now. Another pressure on the naira. Fine. And I can still tell you that because the naira has not appreciated, the dollar is still high. That will not make the price of rice that will be imported duty-free to be given to you at a giveaway price. Nigeria, all of us know, law of gravity does not apply when it comes to economics, especially issue of buying and selling in Nigeria. There's something that makes it to hang. There's a place, I don't know in which country, where they say there's zero gravity. Anything that has to do with inflation in Nigeria has zero gravity. The force of push and pull does not affect it at all. If it falls down at all, maybe a little fraction, but it is high, and everything we need to do, like the most resilient, the strongest of all creation, I can tell you, we can adapt. That's why sometimes I keep telling people, now look, I don't want to say anything because before you say I'm speaking heresy. If not, I do sometimes do jokingly say that this even empire I was talking about, I am very, very sure that Nigerians will survive it at the end of the day. Because what is it that we have not been able to survive? We survive everything, we survive. The only thing that happens is that when it happens, baby, everybody will shout hula 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 baloo. Before you know it, everything goes back to normal. We are happy people, and that's how it is. So, what I'm trying to say here is that I don't think removal of duty from importation of rice, beans, and maize is the answer to our problem. The solution to our problem is dealing with this bandit decisively. This is farming period. In fact, if the right thing was done before now, we shouldn't be complaining of maize going high. This is the season of maize. A corn cob is going for as much as 300 naira in Abuja. Corn cob that we used to buy for 300 naira at the peak of season is what we are now buying for 300 naira. And when you go out there, those ones that are roasting the corn, they are like, in fact, they are gold sellers now. But why is it so? It is not because we don't have farmers. Our farmers are strong. They are the most capable hands you can ever think of around. They cannot go to farm. From far in Maiduguri to down south in Delta State. Go to Sokoto, go to Benue. Everywhere in Nigeria, there's nowhere that is safe. Every now and then I receive call from home. They will be saying that right now there's a time you need to go to farm, there's a time you need to come back. But back in the days, I remember when I was in the village, we come from farm even as late as 9 p.m. in the night. You are not scared of anybody, especially when it is moon. Is it monsoon they call it? When it is full moon, you use the whole day to work, and you use the light of the moon to also work. We go to farm as early as 4 a.m. in the morning, work till about 11 a.m., come back, relax through the heat of the day, and in the evening, you go back again and work till anytime you're tired and you return. That's how we did it back at home. You dare not do that now. And when you're going to farm, you need to go with a battalion of people, because if you go alone, you cannot be too sure whether you come back alive. This is what we should be looking at. Tinubu, look at insecurity. Our farmers are not secured. Removing duty from this commodity is another way of impoverishing the farmers that are struggling day and night. These people, I know you know that they are paying tax to these bandits for them to be able to work.
People on this program from Zamfara State who said, we are negotiating.
What are you negotiating?
With the people in our neighborhood, with the bandits in our neighborhood.
What are you negotiating?
Some sort of money they give him so that their community can live in peace.
When they want to plant, they pay tax. When they want to harvest, they pay tax to these bandits. You've seen several news of some killings that happen all because maybe an individual refused to pay tax to them. So if they have worked, labored, and gotten the little foodstuff they've been able to gather, with the removal of this duty from the importation of these commodities that we produce locally, that means their own what they are selling, the price has to go down, right? You think, okay, as the price is going down, it's saving the majority. Of course, as I'm talking to you, I'm paying through my nose to buy the bags of rice. The last one was 80-something thousand. I don't know how it will be next. Yes, all of us are bearing it, fine. But what we're looking at is that removal of this import duty from this commodity is going to work against our local farmers. And this is something that is ill-advised. It is ill-advised. The other day, Taraba State Governor came on air, was talking about how they know the bandits. They know those people that are causing insecurity in their state.
Isn't mining part of the reason why?
Mining is not much of a headache, believe me.
Oh, so what is that?
The headache is the kidnapping, cattle rustling, the banditry activities in almost all the local government in the state. That is the challenge. If we're able to take care of that, believe me, mining is not an issue.
But do we know who these people are? Who are doing this?
We know who they are. We know where they live. It's just that there's no political will.
So what's your ultimate solution? What if you were given, if all of these interferences were not happening, what would be the ultimate solution? You said 2 weeks. What would you do in those 2 weeks?
Believe me, if we are committed. I mean, the military as well as other security agencies. If there's political will, as I said, in 2 weeks' time, you can crush these guys. We know where they live. They are within the community.
That they had even arrested some of them, handed them over to the police transferred them to Abuja, but within how many months or weeks, these people came back untouched. Nothing happened to them, no prosecution, nothing. Who exactly is holding Nigeria by the balls? Yes, if as at this point in time, someone still has power more than the 001, more than the president himself, that means Nigeria is done with. Nigeria should take the leadership position in Africa. Right as I speak to you, my heart is bleeding. Because I don't know. Some people are saying that it's doing well. This is a wrong step. Taking duty from importation of commodities we produce locally is like you giving up. I surrender. Yes, that's what you just did. That there's nothing I can do about insecurity in Nigeria. There's nothing I can do about banditry in Nigeria. There's nothing I can do about Boko Haram in Nigeria. They have won, and so let us depend on outsider to feed us. Oga President, do something about our lives. This is your number one priority. Security of life and property is the duty of the president. Defend our people. Remunerate our military personnel. Revamp the military. Those of them that are from the underworld that have infiltrated the system, flush them out. You know them. Definitely, you know them. So if you do the right thing, there will be no need of having to remove this import duty from commodities we produce here in Nigeria. Don't worry, I'm sure the next thing we're going to see now is that we'll be importing garri to Nigeria, right? And because that we are even importing these things is already too much. But now you say, bring it in free. So you flood the market, impoverishing the farmers that are already in poverty. Yes, you said, okay, a mudu of rice is being sold for 2,500. And you think the farmers are rich. Go and see how they are living. After selling those mudus of rice for that much, they still have to buy other commodities that are as costly as the rice with the money they've gotten from those things. They still have to fend for themselves. Every other thing is getting costlier every day. So doing this is more like dishing a very fatal blow on our local producers. And I believe whoever advised our president to remove this tariff or the duty, the import duty from this commodity, actually ill-advised the president. And the president taking this idea is more like saying that I am surrendering to bandits, I'm surrendering to the terrorists, I'm surrendering to those people that are causing insecurity in our nation. Let's go to the next.